Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, or Kwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, the great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring and that believe on the names of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, or Kwadash. To you would say Shalom. This is the brother Amawan from the GMS Charlotte camp, coming back with a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, or Kwadash. And pretty much the lesson I want to touch on this video that I came across on Instagram. And pretty much this video, once again, like everything else, validifies the scriptures and shows you that the scriptures are the true words of the Most High, all right? And why, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans needs to come back to your power and, follow after what the scriptures say because, hey, the scriptures never lie. Now, in this video, all right, this chick pretty much goes into the fact and she brings empirical evidence to prove why the scriptures stress about women, wearing modest apparel. Now, I want you to hear what she says. Now, this is a woman speaking, so you can't say this is no misogyny or whatever else, these women will use to try to, justify. All right, this is just, facts that what she brings out. Let's hear what she got to say.
A few years ago, male college students at Princeton University participated in studies of how the male brain reacts to seeing people in different amounts of clothing. Brain scans revealed that when men are shown pictures of scantily clad women, the region of the brain associated with tools such as screwdrivers and hammers lit up. Some men showed zero brain activity in the medial prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that lights up when one ponders another person's thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Researchers found this shocking because they almost never see this part of the brain shut down in this way. And a Princeton professor said, it's as if they're reacting to these women as if they are not fully human. It's consistent with the idea that they are responding to these photographs as if they were responding to objects, not people. In a separate Princeton study, when men viewed images of women in bikinis, they often associated with first-person action verbs, such as I push, I grab, I handle. But when they saw images of women dressed modestly, they associated them with third-person action verbs, such as she pushes, she grabs. Analysts at the National Geographic concluded that bikinis really do inspire men to see women as objects, as something to be used rather than someone to connect with. So, it seems that wearing a bikini does give a woman power, the power to shut down a man's ability to see her as a person, but rather as an object. This is surely not the kind of power that women were searching for, the power to be treated as an equal, to be seen as in control, and to be taken seriously.
All right, and pretty much, what she goes into is the fact of how Esau really has weaponized the woman against the man to pretty much make that man, docile. Because when you have, these women dressing, pretty much, little to imagination, all right, as you mentioned, it makes that man, he looks at her as a tool, and pretty much he doesn't respect her as a person because, hey, she's showing herself off to be a whore. And, hey, with that, you showing the man everything that you have to offer, man. All right. Hey, that man is just going to get, what he wants out of you and get up out of there, man. All right. Because all those, intimate parts of the woman is supposed to be only visible by her husband. Okay. But I want to get a quick scripture. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 22. It says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Okay? And this new thing that was created in the earth was, pretty much Esau, Edom, given, the women pretty much freedom to do as they please with this whole, women's liberation movement, and ultimately, through feminism and the sexual revolution. All right, these three, components were the main way that these women were able to pretty much break free of the control of their man. All right, so now she has free reign to do what she wants, thanks to this devil, and she has, forgotten her way. All right, and now a lot of women are unhappy, after all these events have taken place, because they're not operating in the proper order that the Most High has set them up to be in, man. All right, and that's by design. Okay, because when you go into this word compass, all right, it pretty much means to go around. All right, and Esau has given the woman liberty to be able to go around the authority of her man, because the man is the Lord over her, man. Okay, a man is supposed to, pretty much keep a woman in order so that she doesn't destroy themselves, man. Okay, but because of the freedom that this devil has given her, all right, now everything is out of whack, and women are the most unhappiest that they've ever been. Okay, but if you want to, find true peace within yourself, and you want to truly find happiness, you women have to go back to how it was before, man. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah 6:16. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and as for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein." Right. All right, you got to go, the men and the women got to go back to the ancient way of how things work, man. And when you saw, how people operated back in the ancient world, in the old times, man, things were way better. All right. The Israelite family structure was able to function. Okay, the women were happier, the men were happier. All right, but since the old path, the old ways are pretty much, done away with, man. Depression and suicide, all right, are at an all-time high. All right, confusion, all right, all these things are the result of you, walking out of that path of our true culture, which is the law, statute, commandments, man. Okay, so for you women, the best way for you to find, happiness is for you to go and look at the women of old and how they operated, man. All right, because the scriptures do give you righteous examples of women. All right, you have, Judith. Okay, you have different scriptures of the elect ladies. I can't remember, their names. All right, you got examples to look after, man. Susanna. Okay, but the component that I really wanted to touch on was the fact that the scriptures tell you to dress moderately, man. All right, you shouldn't need a scientific breakdown on why you should dress the way you're supposed to, man. All right, it's just because the scriptures say it. All right, 1 Timothy 2:9, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array, but that which becometh women professing godliness with good works. All right, now let's get this in the NLT for better context. It says, "And I want women to be in modest apparel. They shall wear decent and appropriate clothing, and not draw attention to themselves by the way they fix their hair, or by wearing gold or pearls or expensive clothes. For women who claim to be devoted to the Most High should make themselves attractive by the good things they do." So, Paul was saying, Timothy is saying how, women, you're supposed to be, dressed in modest apparel, so that way men won't look at you, as a piece of meat. Because as she broke down, all right, when you're pretty much, wearing, next to nothing, and men can literally see everything, all right, our brains are automatically hardwired to look at you, as tools, man, as a piece of meat. Because Hey, with men, when we have testosterone, man. Hey, when we see a woman, having her titties all out, has her ass all out, man. All right, that turns us on as men, and we're, we want to, go and get that, man. All right, so we don't look at the woman for what she really is, man. This is why, hey, if you want to truly attract a man, all right, you have to dress in a modest apparel and attract that man, the correct way, which is, by your actions, man. All right. Showing, what, how you operate through your mental, okay, your upbringing. And that's how you truly attract a man, okay? That's some real game for you women, man. All right. Because if you're trying to attract a man by your body, all right, all you're doing is pretty much saying that that's all you have to offer, and that's all men are gonna want you for, man. Okay, so the Bible, it gives you game, man. Okay, so at the end of the day, you gotta look at the ways how the women of old held themselves, even in the early times in America. Okay, let's give you an example.
I'm going to do it. Here's in a nutshell. If you don't join,
right. Any girl with any decency would never walk in the street with a man.
But they might wear one of the...
Disgusting.
Why?
Well, I
wear one of the...
Disgusting.
All right, because the woman spoke about the bikini thing. Okay, so back, in the early days of America, all right, women, it wasn't a common thing to see women walking around half naked, man. All right, women wore conservative clothing, all right, because they had more respect for themselves back then, man. Okay, so let's look at this.
Why?
It says British
well,
women react to topless dresses.
I wouldn't wear one.
1964.
Try and catch on in Wolverhampton.
Well, I think it's just a gimmick, and I don't think any girl in their right mind would wear it. I don't think any decent girl would wear
a preacher's penis. That is a fact. It is going to happen. I'm going to do it. Here's in a nutshell.
Excuse
if you don't
this
join the UPK, you're going to suck a
video.
preacher's,
What I want is right after this.
I wouldn't wear one anymore.
What do you think?
Disgusting.
All right, because when you see how women wore bikinis back then, all right, they covered up, themselves, man. Okay, it wasn't like how now where you got women walking around in thongs and G-strings and pretty much, hey, it's like dental floss, man. It's barely covering up, their boxes and nipples and all that, man. All right, so back then, hey, these women were appalled by seeing, the bikinis as they were.
Any girl with any decency would never walk in the street with a man.
But they might wear one of the...
Disgusting.
Why?
Well, I don't know. It's really disgusting. I wouldn't wear one. Try and catch on in Wolverhampton.
Well, I think it's just a gimmick, and I don't think any girl in their right mind would wear it. I don't think any decent girl would wear one. I mean, they might be all right.
So you heard her. She said, they didn't think a decent girl will wear that, or a woman in their right mind, because they understood that, hey, that wearing a type of clothing like that, it's really degrading yourselves, man. All right, it's degrading yourselves, man. And like I said, you're showing that that's all you have to offer. Okay.
For these Debbie types in London at these parties, but I don't think they'll catch on in Wolverhampton.
Now, mind you, you saw how that looked, and they were appalled by that.
I mean, they might be all right for these Debbie types in London at these parties, but I don't think they'll catch on in Wolverhampton.
You look at this in today's time, and this is what you would consider conservative, even though it has her titties out. But you look at bikinis today. Okay. You say this is no different than women walking around in their underwear, man. All right, it's the same thing, exposing everything. And at the time, hey, in 2022, man, hey, these damn bikinis are next to nothing, man. Okay, but I bring all that out to say that, like I said, Esau used, the woman to be weaponized against the man. All right, here's a proof of that because Spirit hopped on me to look up the word bikini in the Edamon online. All right, and it says low-waisted two-piece women's bathing suit. It says 1948 from French, coined 1947. Named for the U.S. A-bomb test of June 1946. Now, when you jump down to the middle part, it says various explanations for the swimsuit name have been suggested, none convincingly, the best being an analogy of an explosive force of the bomb and the impact of the bathing suit style on men's libidos. All right, so the bikini was actually the name of a bomb, of a weapon that Esau used. Okay, so it says that the best being an analogy of the explosive force of the bomb and the impact of the bathing suit style on men's libidos, because Esau knew that, hey, when the less clothing that you have, women wear, all right, they knew what that was going to do to man's brain, to the men's brain, man. All right. It said, like I said, it shuts down your frontal cortex, which is pretty much, your logical and creative way of thinking, and pretty much, just makes you, a slave to your lust, man. This is why, really, this was a war on sensuality, man. All right, a war on your senses. Okay, it says compare 1900 British slang assassin and ornamental bow worn on the female breast, so called because it was very killing. Also the figure sense of bombshell. So Esau figured out, hey, the more that you can sexualize women, all right, hey, it pretty much, it weakens men, all right, because it changes the way that you think. It messes with your brain, man. This is why, in everything that you see, TV, video games, movies, everywhere, man. Social media is nothing but, over-sexualized women, half naked or pretty much naked, man. That's not by design. All right. Esau Edom is the damn devil, man. Okay. Real quick. John 10:10. It says, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. So Esau's whole purpose is to steal, kill, and destroy. Now, I brought this out before, but I'll bring it back out. All right. Esau figured out the best way to destroy a nation. And this is a quote. It says, if you want to destroy the nation without war, make adultery or nudity common in the young generation. So now they have normalized women pretty much, being whores, man. All right. Embracing, nudity. Because one thing I've noticed in this truth, hey, the more freedom that women have accumulated, only thing that they have done with it is just pretty much, get naked, and develop the ability to say no. That's all that women have done with all the freedom and everything that they have, so-called accomplished since they were, quote unquote, liberated. All right. But see, the real reason why that happened was because Esau wanted to weaponize you against the men. All right. So the best way to take down a nation, which the nation is really defended by the man, is to turn the woman against the man. All right. And that instability destroys the family structure, therefore brings the destruction of a nation. All right. So, going back, hey, you women, you're supposed to dress in a modest apparel. All right. And the facts prove why. All right. Mainly through the scriptures, but hey, even Esau science understands why you should dress in modest apparel. Okay. 1 Peter 3:1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, right? Because you women are supposed to hold your man's word, with reverence, man. Because like I mentioned earlier, man, the scriptures say that the man is the woman's lord. Because when you go into the order, all right, the First Corinthians, matter of fact, I'll get it real quick. First Corinthians 11:3, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh. All right? So the woman, you are supposed to be in subjection under the man because, like I said, hey, you are the you are the weaker vessel. So hey, the scriptures tell you that the Lord put the order for the man to be over the woman, and you're supposed to reverence your man as your Lord, man. All right. In fact, I wonder if that's I'm gonna go back to it because it's in that same chapter. So I'm not gonna jump the gun. So bear with me real quick. Let me go back. So once again, 1 Peter 3:1. Likewise, you wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, who is adorning. Let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, or of wearing of gold, or of putting on apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornaments of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua of great price. Right. So that's a good thing for a woman to be shamefaced, to be dressed in a modest apparel, and to be, obedient to her husband, because that's the whole, that was the whole spirit the Lord created the woman to be in. But see, hey, this society doesn't, uphold that or, push women to be like that, man. All right, they like women being out of order, being unruly, and just being straight up demons. Okay, because that helps, promote instability to keep the man, oppressed, man. Okay. But that's, it's another scripture that I wanted to get just to, further bring that point back home. So let me go back to Timothy's real quick. Because like I said, women are supposed to reverence their man, as their Lord. All right. That ain't either. It's like you. Oh, I was right there. My bad. Salakia. Go back to it. All right, so continuing on, verse 5, it says, after this manner, back in 1 Peter 3:5, for after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in the Most High adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. So it says, for after this manner in the old time, holy women. So hey, you got to look at the ancient way and see how, the women of old, treated, their husbands, how they helped maintain the family structure, even going back to the early days in America, man. All right. These were examples for women to follow after, to help, the man, pretty much have order in his house, man. All right. Over the children and all that. But that first starts with how you carry yourself, man. And that begins with how you dress. All right. So that does play a important part. And this is why you have a lot of women that argue the fact of, they want to be respected. They feel, that men just, want them for their bodies. Well, that's all you're presenting, man. All right. It's more attractive for a woman, to, have some type of wit about her, all right, rather than, you just seeing her for just, looks alone, man, all right? A pretty face get you in the door, but hey, your mindset is what keeps you in the home, man. So at the end of the day, the scriptures tell you, all right, you women, all right, to pretty much, be in subjection under your man, all right? And that's the thing you're supposed to pass down unto the younger women, man, all right? You're supposed to be the example, which you don't at all see that no more in society, man, because, hey, these older women now are trying to emulate the young women, all right? It's hella videos all on social media, these older women, especially these elderly women, you got them twerking, dressing all, like these young women in leggings and tights, little ass shorts, man. That's the wrong type of example you're supposed to be setting for these women now, man. All right, this is the book of Titus 2 and 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they might teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good obedient to their husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. Because you women, you're supposed to be setting the example of, being an Israelite too. It's not just the men's job, man. All right. Yeah, we set the order, but you also understand you are a reflection of your man. All right. You are a reflection of your man. So you can't be out here making your man look crazy by trying to dress like a damn whore, man. All right. Because you got to set the example for these younger women, your daughters and, younger women, period, man. All right. You young sisters in the faith, man. Okay. You got to set the example. All right. But I just wanted to bring it out through the spirit. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to close out by giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Kwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect. Until next time, I say shalom.